Welcome to First Down Punts, a show about the on-field and off-the-field news in the world of pro football, as well as how it relates to fantasy football all season long. Thanks for joining in, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And now, here is your host, Orcus.
And welcome in to First Down Punts. Today we're going to be going over the top 7 rookie QBs coming into the 2025 NFL Draft. To kick it off, we're going to go with our number 1 quarterback on the board. That'll be Cam Ward out of Miami, standing 6'2", 223. Last year he threw for 4,313 yards, 39 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 67.2 completion percentage, which is real nice. He also ran for 204 yards and 4 touchdowns. I think Cam Ward is a top 5 pick. I think the Titans should be taking him, turning Will Levis into a Taysom Hill if he can catch it all. But things I like about Cam Ward, he's got great upper body strength and control. He understands how to use his body when throwing the football. He's got a nice arm. He can throw the deep ball, no problem. Good timing on his throws. He's a good athlete, and he's highly elusive in the pocket. He's awesome at getting in and out of the pocket, away from pressure and stuff. So, like I said, the guy's got talent. I don't think there should be a question that he should be a top 5 pick, whether it's the Titans, Cleveland, Giants, the Raiders trade up, something like the Jets trade up, even though they just signed Justin Fields. All the same, I think Cam Ward is a top 5 pick, and his player comp would be Big Ben Roethlisberger to me. I think they're both, Big Ben was like 6'5", 260. Cam's only 223, 6'2". He's just like a smaller version of him. He's strong in the pocket. Like I said, he knows how to get in and out. He knows how to throw on the run. And Big Ben's elusiveness in the pocket was probably second to none when he was in his prime. He was just great at shaking guys off or using those little baby steps to get in and out of areas. So I like Cam Ward. I think he's going to be ready to go day 1. Number 2 on the board is Kyle McCord out of Syracuse via Ohio State. He's 6'3", 220. Through last year, he threw for 4,779 yards, 34 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and had a 66% completion percentage. This guy's got a huge arm. He plays big in the pocket, looks big in the pocket. He understands the types of throws needed, whether it's a quick hitch, a 15-yard over a linebacker, or a deep ball. He understands what type of throw is needed, whether it's on a rope, whether it's a bomb. Like, he's just real good at, it's one of the things I noticed the most about him was how well he understood the type of pass required for the moment. He's accurate, especially shorter, 25 yards and in. He does have a weird hitch on like some fast short throws, like a slant route, a hitch route, something like that. I don't know what it is. It's the only time I see is when he's trying to throw it real quick, but it's not affecting his throws. It's not affecting his accuracy. His player comp to me would be Phillip Rivers, and it's probably only because of that weird little hitch. Phillip Rivers used to almost have his arm tucked in and throwing it, but it worked for him. He's going to probably be in the Hall of Fame here in the next year or two. I think Kyle McCord is a mid-first round pick, anywhere between 14 and to 32. I think Kyle McCord should be going off the board. There's obviously other players that people like, but McCord's my number 2, and I'm going to leave him there for now. Number 3 on the board, Jackson Dart out of Ole Miss, standing 6'2", 225. He threw for 4,279 yards, 29 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, had a 69.3 completion percentage, which is real nice. You get up by 70 or over, I'm happy to see it. But this guy can run. Last year he ran for 495 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's a running QB. I'm not here to pretend like he's not, but he can throw. He is faster than I thought when I originally was watching highlights and stuff. Like, it's impressive. He takes off. Accuracy, 20 yards and in, incredible. This guy is going to probably be perfect for a West Coast offense. He does lack some deep ball accuracy. I think that's more about just getting used to it, understand what it takes, continuing to work on upper body strength, mechanics, stuff like that. But I think he's fine. I think he's ready to – I don't like starting QBs day 1. I never will. It doesn't matter what your name is. unless you're Jaden Daniels, because I was big on him last year. But Jackson Dart, like my comp to him is Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy shouldn't have been Mr. Irrelevant. I don't think Brock Purdy should have been a top 10 pick either. I think Brock Purdy is a damn good quarterback, and he's about to get paid. And Jackson Dart, to me, every time I turn on the film, that's who it reminds me of. He's working it. Brock Purdy still has stuff to improve too, but he's a damn good starting quarterback. He's been to a Super Bowl. So I'm not here to say that Jackson Dart can't do the exact same as him. To me, Jackson Dart is probably like pick 20 in the first round and to pick 40 in the second round, somewhere in that range, first or second round pick. I think anybody in the beginning of the second round that didn't get a quarterback or got a veteran for a 1 year, 2 year holdover should be drafting this guy. Whether they trade up, you get the 5th year option. I think Jackson Dart should definitely be getting drafted between picks 20 and 40. So not much else to say about him other than that boy can run. Our 4th quarterback on the list, my favorite quarterback right now that I've been watching, Tyler Shough. It looks like Shough, but it's Tyler Shough out of Louisville. He is 6'5", 225. He only threw for 3,195 yards, 23 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. You'd love for them numbers to be bigger. Had a 62.7 completion percentage. He's a pocket QB, got a nice strong arm, throws a beautiful ball, tight spirals. Excellent on play action. You think of any quarterback that uses play action on a regular basis, this guy hides the ball well. He comes out strong out of the play action, ready to throw, knows where he's going with the ball. The biggest concern with him is injuries. He's broken his clavicle twice, and he's broken his fibula on a hip drop tackle. So he's missed some time. He's an older guy. He's 25, and he's only got one good statistical season because of the injuries. But I'm telling you right now, if this guy had stayed healthy, he'd probably be a top 15 pick. But you have to factor all those things into it. So my player comp is Jared Goff. You go watch Jared Goff in Detroit working on play action with Gibbs and Montgomery and coming out of that, hitting Monra St. Brown or Tim Patrick or J-Mo downfield. This is what Tyler Shough is. He's ready to do that right now. I would love to see him put on a little more weight with that 6'5" frame, but to me, he's an early second round pick, maybe late first. Definitely second round pick, though, without question to me. He should be going. He should be either backing up wherever Aaron Rodgers goes or one of those, Stafford, maybe the Rams somewhere, and be ready to sit a year and come in and ready to go. If injuries do happen to the starter, this guy, I think by week 6, week 8 is going to be ready to take over a starting job anyway. So, like I said, I don't think you should start rookie quarterbacks day one unless they're absolutely special. Jaden Daniels was special. You know what I mean? Coming out, Andrew Luck was special. But even guys like Eli and Peyton Manning struggled their first years. It's just about rookie quarterbacks need time to adjust. If you can give Tyler Shough 6-8 games behind a veteran or even a year, I think he's going to be just fine going forward. He'll probably have a 12-year career, 15-year career being a starting quarterback. So, number 5 on the list, Jalen Milroe out of Alabama. 6'2", 225. Threw for 2,844 yards, 16 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Don't love that, but had a 64.3 completion percentage, which is pretty damn good. Ran for 726 yards and 20 fucking touchdowns. That's a lot of fucking touchdowns. I don't care if you're a running back, quarterback, wide receiver. You're scoring 20 touchdowns on the ground or not passing. You're doing a damn good job. So this guy is what we consider a staple back in my league. And things I love about him, he's fast as shit. I mean, he's like the wind. He's got Lamar Jackson speed. He's a superb athlete. He's a physical freak, toned. Things that he needs to work on, footwork, his throwing mechanics, because it leads to inconsistent passes, inaccurate passes, but it's stuff you can improve on. This guy is a project. He's not going to be starting day one. If he's starting day one, I hope you're ready to lose. I mean, I'm not here to tell you that Jalen Milroe can't win games. I'm telling you that you need to give this guy a year at least. He should be redshirting his rookie season. He gets his footwork down a little bit better and a couple of mechanics on his throwing motions, and understand the same thing Lamar still needs to learn sometimes. You don't have to throw a bullet on every play. All right. You need some touch on it at times. So these are things that he's going to do. When he runs, he reminds me of Jalen Hurts, and that's his player comp to me. He's Jalen Hurts. I think this guy's a second-round pick as a project player. Baltimore or Philly drafting him. I think Baltimore more because Lamar's probably got 3 years of his physical specialty in the NFL level. I mean, he's always going to be a special athlete for the rest of his life, but at the NFL speed and all that other things, running quarterbacks usually have shorter careers. So you draft Jalen Milroe at Baltimore and give that guy 2-3 years to learn behind Lamar, learn how to play like him, learn how to throw like him. He already runs like him, so he's got that going for him. But high upside, but he's definitely a project. So number 6 on the board, Will Howard, national champion at Ohio State, standing 6'4", 235. That's a nice prototypical QB size for the NFL pocket quarterback. 4,000 yards passing, 4,010 yards passing, 35 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, with a 73.1 completion percentage. That's pretty damn good. He also ran for 226 yards and 7 touchdowns because he's not just a pocket quarterback. He's a mobile quarterback. Does he have top-end speed? No. Can he get to the corner and run around a guy? I doubt that. Will he get to the corner and get the first down? Yes. Great footwork in the pocket. Great footwork. It's one of the things that impressed me the most about him. Got a good arm. He throws well on the run. Things he needs to work on is his upper body control. As much as I love Cam Ward's, he gets a little loose, gets a little wide with his arms at times, and it leads to inaccuracy. It leads to some of his passes sailing out of bounds over the head, which leads to interceptions. You don't want to see that. So that's something, and it could just be upper body strength. Once he builds a little muscle there and gets a little tighter with his throws, he's going to be accurate as shit. My comparison is somewhere between Baker Mayfield and Trevor Lawrence. That's who he kind of reminds me of. I've seen like glimpses of each player in him. So I think he's a second-round pick. He's a national champion. You know he can handle playoffs. He played his ass off in the playoffs. So, you know, he can play in big games, no problem. That's not a concern. Like I said, I think there's something he needs to work on. This is Aaron Rodgers' perfect backup to me. A pocket QB that's mobile, that's smart, has a good arm. If Aaron Rodgers ends up going to Pittsburgh, now that all these other QBs have signed places, or the Giants, I think either of those teams should be drafting Will Howard as Aaron Rodgers' replacement. Do I think he's Aaron Rodgers? No. Do I think he plays very, very similar to Aaron Rodgers with physical gifts? Yes. So, like I said, second-round pick, national champ. If you can get starting quarterback in the second round, you're loving it. I think we should continue to stop overreaching for some of these guys. And number 7 on the board, the most controversial player in this year's draft, Shough Sanders out of Colorado, standing 6'2", 215. Last year, he threw for 4,134 yards, 37 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and a NCAA record 74% completion percentage. That's damn good. He's a pocket QB. Don't let him fool you. He's not a runner. He can move a little bit, but he's definitely a pocket QB. He stands tough in the pocket and delivers throws. When he's decisive, when you can see he knows where he's about to go with this ball, his accuracy is impeccable. Looks like a pro quarterback. When he is out of his comfort zone, his mechanics are all over the place still. He's got an average arm. It's not some huge arm, so it's not like, oh, I got to draft this guy because he can throw the ball 70 yards. He's not. He might be able to wing it by getting a running start 70 yards, but it's not going to be a normal NFL throw. Wide receivers made him look extra good last year. I seen some passes in the triple coverage, double coverage where it shouldn't have been thrown, balls way off target, and wide receivers are making some incredible plays. There's no wonder Travis Hunter is going in the top 5 picks. He's incredible, and he's a special athlete. You can tell that because he plays both ways. But Shador's mentality is he's special, and Deion was special. I love Deion. Shador is not special. Shador has things to work on, and when he realizes that, he can improve. But my player comp for him is Geno Smith. He's good. Just got traded to the Raiders. He's still a starting quarterback. He's not special, though. West Virginia, he was special. NFL, he's just an average starting quarterback, man. He had a career year 2 years ago. The rest of his career has been up and down. I mean, it really has. He dealt with the stuff with the Jets, moved around, ended up in Seattle, backed up Russell, then took over for us, had his career year. They changed OCs, and he saw the struggles. The line isn't helping. Now they've traded Metcalf, so Seattle's got their own thing going on, signing Darnold and everything. But Shador isn't special. He needs help around him. Yes, every quarterback needs help, but some quarterbacks rise the level around them, and some others need the level to rise them. They need players around them to make them better. Listen, I'm a Detroit Lions fan. I got Jared Goff. Jared Goff under pressure is my worst nightmare. When the players around him make him look good, when the O-line holds up, Jared Goff is awesome. Geno's the same way. Geno. When the O-line holds up and Metcalf and Lockett and all them JSN were all running around, Geno looked great. Anytime the pressure gets on, these guys, they don't hold it together well. They struggle. They falter. They throw picks because they get rushed. They get inaccurate. Their mechanics aren't there when they're on the move sometimes. Shador, like I said, he's got inconsistent throwing mechanics. And I know the hot topic is Shador's got to go in the top 5. Why? Because somebody said so? No. Draft these guys where their talent says they should be drafted. You wouldn't spend a first-round pick on Geno Smith. The Jets spent the 33rd pick, whatever, that year, and he shouldn't have been drafted there. He was a third-round pick. Matter of fact, he just got traded for a third-round pick because that's what Geno Smith is. Well, that's what Shador Sanders is, a third-round pick. And be pissed at me all you want. Like I said, I love Deion. Deion was incredible. Deion was special. Deion is one of one. Shador is just he's just a guy. So that's my top 7. Like, comment, tell me I suck, tell me I'm great, whatever you want to say, that's fine with me. I hope you guys enjoyed the list, and we'll see you next time on First Down Punts.